The geese are going this morning. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but I just missed them. I seen them flying around here yesterday too. Birds were singing this morning. They were happy. And look at that. More snow. I hear some more geese coming. I seem to be able to hear them all over the place. I guess they don't know which way they're going. Yeah, so anyway, more snow. It's not snowing today, but it was snowing last night a bit. And it's still below zero just a little tiny bit, so it's not melting away yet. But I think it will today. But, man, oh man, the weather forecast for the next week is, I don't think it's going to be much snow, but it's no heat, that's for sure. It's hovering around the zero freezing degree marks. So, no heat. Anyway, what they used to say around here, they get snow like this in April and stuff, or now or April. I used to call this the poor man's fertilizer. So if the ground is hard enough for plowing, and you can get the tractor out on the field and plow it, if it has a bit of snow on the top of it, that's what they call the poor man's fertilizer. Plow the snow right up into the ground. All right, what are we going to be doing here today? I got to go out for a little while and then come back, so we'll have a look here at the weather. I thought I had, it might not be warmed up yet, maybe. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we're still at -1 degree, and that would be probably 30 Fahrenheit. Oh, 31, Janet. And southeast wind at 11 miles an hour, so we really don't feel anything outside. For wind wise, and 4 degrees, and flurries or rain or whatever. And tonight, same thing again, snow or rain. Saturday's -3. Sunday is 1 degree and sunny and cloud. Periods of snow Sunday night. Holy cats. Monday is 8 degrees and periods of snow or rain. I don't know how they figured that out yet, but anyway. Oh, the temperature's coming up a little bit there. Wasn't showing that yesterday. 11 degrees for April 1st. That's my daughter's birthday. And, yeah, -10 at night, so quite a variety of temperatures there, isn't it? And we get into Wednesdays, -3, and then 0 for Thursday. So all in all, still kind of cool, other than Tuesday is going to be around, well, Monday's 8 and Tuesday 11. That's not so bad, I guess. Anyway, what are we going to be up to today? Yeah, well, I got another chainsaw to work on. I sure like punishment, don't I? And that's where that one is sitting for the moment. We'll see about that. Yeah, another chainsaw. I got to get ready. It's got to be serviced and get it working, and holy cats, it's going to be quite a deal to get this one going. Yes, sirree. A little mini electric chainsaw. That's got to be the handiest tool, I'm telling you, for doing light woodwork, firewood, or building work, or wood stacking work. All I got to do to this is maybe charge the batteries, I guess, and that should be about it. That's a handy little tool, that boy, I'll tell you. Yeah, great tool. Like I say, stacking wood right off the bat. I used it quite a bit last year to stack this wood. Sometimes you need to get little nibs or whatever off, and the saker saw certainly was good to do that. Then if you're building little projects with 2x4s and things like that, the little saker saw is great for cutting up 2x4s and 2x2s and all that kind of stuff. Great little tool, that. Get the fire going. And today's project is not going to be the saker saw, because that'll only take a couple of minutes. So we're going to get back, or we're going to get onto this deck here. I'll do a little cleaning here today, and maybe we'll get the tops off the gearboxes. And Joseph and I, Joseph at the Garden Tractor Boy and I were talking about the gearboxes, and his Poulan's Ridomatic mowing decks are very similar to this and how they work. They have gearboxes and the shaft in between. His gearboxes take EP90 gear oil. Now these, I'm still got to look, I guess, but I've always just put grease in them and maybe a few drops of oil just to kind of keep it wet. But I know if you put too much grease in them and they get hot, they'll squeeze grease out the seals, top and bottom. So now I don't know what these are actually supposed to take, but I've always put grease in them. And the reason why I do that is the gearboxes on these tractors here, that gearbox down there has a grease nipple in it. And I can get to it here. There we go. That gearbox there has a grease nipple in it. And the same on the other Sir Day's favorite tractor, snow thrower. It's got nipples on the gearboxes. So that's where I get the theory of putting grease in these gearboxes. Now, again, I don't know if that's what's supposed to be in it or not. But anyway, I'll keep looking for manuals and see if I can find something. But anyway, I'm going to get it going here, and I'll get back to you after a while, once I come back from my in-town chores. So I got a great suggestion today on the Poulan saw that I've been working on and can't seem to fix. So my very good friend Artie from Gravely Man Small Engine Repair suggested a fix. For that. So I'm going to try it, I think. And the end result is that if it doesn't do what Artie suggested, that it ends up in the garbage can. So there we go. So as usual, as I get doing a video I'm supposed to be doing on whatever I'm supposed to be doing it on, I get off track, of course. And anyway, so I'm going to do a little bit to this today. I'm going to clean out those pieces of dirt and stuff there, and I'm going to try and get the tops off of those gearboxes. Now, as I mentioned, Joseph and I have been talking back and forth about these gearboxes, and he says that his mower for his Ridomatics takes EP90 oil, and I keep thinking that they're supposed to take grease, but I didn't know that for sure, for this unit anyway. But like I say, on some of the gearboxes on the Fords here have grease nipples on them, so I just assumed, and you know what that means, that these would take grease. And I think the grease would work fine, you know. Anyway, so I finally found, I didn't have any manual here on this, and I couldn't find out what is actually supposed to be in it. But I found this on the internet, so I'll just show you by a picture here. There we go, we got the glare in it again. So for a Massey Ferguson 7 mowing deck gearbox, and this one here is probably for a 7, but it's going to go on an 8, which doesn't really make any difference. And I would say they're all the same anyway. And that's what it says right there. ADCO V-Trans Plus, a high performance transmission hydraulic oil or a similar EP80W-90 gear oil is what's supposed to be used in those gearboxes. So I don't know if I'll do that or not, but Joseph was right. So Joseph's a pretty smart young fellow. And Joseph, who I mean by Joseph is a garden tractor boy. So once I get these apart, I'll look in there and see. I'm kind of thinking, because of the age of the thing, if I put oil in there, it's just going to run out the seals. And the grease won't necessarily do that. So anyway, that's just a little update on that. And my son still needs an oil drain kit for his Massey Ferguson 8. He's still working away at that. And he wants to put an oil drain on the engine somewhere, somehow. So I used to have a bunch of 1/4 and 3/8 and nipples and fittings and all that stuff, but I don't seem to have any of that stuff anymore. I guess it's gotten used up over time. So suggestion to him that we maybe make his oil drain out of this copper pipe or the steel pipe. Now I don't know if the steel pipe will flare, that I can use that. So, but anyway, I know the copper pipe will. And that's about the only 3/8 fittings, pipe fittings that I have left anymore. So that is that. So I'll see what he says here. So, and I got another picture here. He moved ahead on his exhaust pipe on the engine on the MF8. So he's now got the new. I've always got the glare of the lights in there somehow. Let's try and get that out of there. Yeah. Go away, lights. Yeah, so there he's got the new stainless steel pipe all wrapped in heat tape for exhaust, I guess. So I think that's what he said it was. So there you go. Right out the back. I'm kind of curious. We might see that running tomorrow, so might see see how it sounds. Anyway, like I say, I'm off my topic here, I guess, today. So, and in some ways, that's a good thing. All right, I'm going to go in for dinner, and I'll be back out and I'll see what's going to happen with this here. So we're back from dinner, and we just had a short dinner hour today with only a half hour for dinner. So And even the boss has even gone away too today, so there you go. So we're going to do a little bit of cleaning here on top of this mowing deck, and then we're going to get into the into here. So not a whole lot here on this. I'm going to hope to. I think I can. I think if I remember right off of the other deck, I should be able to take out either one of the top gears, turn one or the other blade so that one is pointing this way and one is pointing that way, and that would be correct timing. Then put the gear back in. Now, if the deck was new, certainly not, it's 50 to 55 years old, what you could do, these couplings are supposed to move this way, just so that you can, I don't know if you can see it, there's an indent here in the shaft for these to move this way. And when it does that, that takes this shaft out of there, so you then can change the belt if you want to, or have to. And then you can, line up your blades so that they're timed. One, like I say, this way, and one that way. These are all finely splined, so they slide on to the gears or shafts in the gearbox. And this shaft here is all finely splined the same way. So this is how you're supposed to get it apart. But this, I would say, is definitely seized on there. This one obviously was slipping because somebody has put in a pin through it to keep it from spinning. And that's what happens to them over times. I know the MF7 deck was the same way. I did a lot of work to get it straightened away, and I had to put pins in 1, 2, 3, 4 places in order to get it to be solid. And why it does that is, one, there's a lot of pressure on this stuff when you're cutting the grass. Two is you've got the pull from the belt, and the pull comes towards me, so there's always tension coming this way. So over time, these couplings begin to kind of go like that and wear out the shaft and wear out the couplings. So that is what the scoop is on that. So that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm pretty sure I can. One or the other gearbox, I can take off the top gear, turn the blade, make sure they're timed, and then put it back together. The other thing I want to do here is, I'll figure out something, but I want to clean this pulley here. It's got some surface rust on it, so I'd like to kind of smooth that up a little bit because it would be hard on the poor old belt here. There we go. So let's see if we can get the tops off of these. We're going to use our Dremel drill. Boy, this is some handy machine. I wish I had had this years and years and years ago. All right, let's see what happens here. One anyway. These haven't been taken out too often, I would say, by the look of it. Because normally there's different bolts in there. If people lose them, I guess so. Now we'll set them right down there. And that's going to be a little bit, have to get something to get that off. I'll be back in a minute. So we got a flat screwdriver and an SFH. Let's see if we can. Well, they're stuck on there pretty good. I'd say they've never been off by the look of them. But in 50 or 55 years, hard to say. There now. Up we go. There now. There now, and just not quite as I thought. It's pretty gooey in there. That's good. I need a wag. I need a wag. I thought it would be all dried up in there, but not so. Not so. Yeah, look at that. Well, that looks pretty good. I'll just take you over and let you have a look in there. Look at the goo there from spinning around, I guess. So it's kind of like a grease oil mix. So that's what I was going to do. So get a better angle here, maybe. Yeah, you can kind of see the stuff on the bottom there moving around. Lots of lubrication there. That's good. I like that. We'll get the other one off and see if it'll do the same thing. It doesn't look like I can get that apart there to change the timing. So we'll see what happens in this one. I could be wrong on what I was thinking. Maybe. That doesn't surprise me at all. Great. All 4 of them come out. All 8 of them in total. Alright, so we'll give this a little tap around. Got it loosened up with an eye. Great. Okay, so this one's not quite as wet as the other one, but similar. But it's not giving me any way to change the timing on the blades. So that's not good. Anyway, we'll get over here with and let you have a look in this one. It's got the same kind of glue on the top, but it's kind of dry looking in there. But some lubrication going on. So there we go. I think I'm just gonna put all that goo on the top things back in, move the grease around a bit, and put a little bit of oil in this one. I don't think I need any in the other, and put her back together. That's going to be good. All right, so we'll shut you off there for now, and I'll get back to you if I have any more goodies. All right, I kind of got the oils mixed up around in these, and this one turned out to have quite a bit of lubricant, wet, you know, but certainly not as much in it as that one. So I'm going to put a bit of grease in there, and then I'm going to put some, that's the heaviest oil I have, so I'm going to put some of that 1540 in, and I would say it's going to be fine. So when I put the little bolts in the top again there, I'll put the anti-seize to those little bolts so that they will come apart. And in probably 30 years time, maybe 40, either my son or grandsons can get it apart and grease it up again. All right, so we've got the grease in. I use this grease here. I'll leave a little bit out of it. Premium multi-purpose wear-resistant formula. There you go. And look at that. Ford stuff. Boy. Supposed to be good for specified for chassis, ball joint, wheel bearings, U-joints, and brake self-adjusting screws. So it's good for wheel bearings. I would say it's probably good for gearboxes. Yeah, and I didn't use much of it. I've already had my fingers into that, using it for other things. So, and I put maybe, let's say, I put about 2 tablespoons of 1540 oil in this one, and didn't put any oil in that one. So they're all lubed up by the look of it. To me, I can't see anything wrong with that. Anyhow, yeah, we'll shut you off again here, and I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, so we got the all the little bolts in here all done up with the anti-seize, and everything looks in real good shape there as far as I'm concerned in those gearboxes. A lot better than what I was expecting. So we'll tighten these up here. There now. Those went in nicely, so what I'm going to do is just snug them with a hand screwdriver. I don't want to put them in with that drill and maybe break something. So much better to finish it off with a hand manual screwdriver, and hopefully you don't break them. And then we'll start here. And for some reason I always crisscross and go backwards and this way and that way, and kind of like When you're putting the head on an engine, you got a sequence, so there. Okay, that pretty well finishes it up for today. On this video anyway, I still got the oiling to do and clean under the deck and put the 415 on. But that'll be in another video because I'm sure that this is long. And like I say, I get off track when I'm trying to do videos, and that makes it longer too. So, and I still got to do the V in here yet. Anyway, that's going to be good for today. That was a much more enjoyable thing to do than be working on a chainsaw. Anyhow, I'll get back to it when I get to do more on the deck here. Have a great day wherever you're at and whatever you're doing.